Eric's done a fair amount of tutoring. And what I have heard, because there is this acceptance of other people where they are, and that everybody has their own way of learning and their own strengths, that he comes in and he doesn't intimidate the people that may have challenges with the subject he's working with them on, and he isn't condescending.
We had the peace table, where if two kids got in an argument, or they had some conflict, you'd sit down at the peace table, resolve the conflict, write out the peace paper of what you've agreed to, have your names and everything. It was, but we did have a lot of great ideas, and, with many different ideas, you're going to have a little conflict, so we all resolved it at the peace table.
Montessori teaches self-reliance. It teaches the kids to work it out themselves, learn how to develop relationships and friendships, and keep the boundaries in the right place. That will serve them in the long term, because as they go through their life, public school or high school or college or any adult life, that will keep serving them.
I got really interested in education over the last year, and I knew I wanted to do something with education this summer. I thought about working at the Department of Education in DC, and that just sounded boring. And so instead I wanted to come back here and kind of do something where I was involved with education, and also something I can improve my Spanish. I'm setting up a program this summer. It's called Mano y Mano, or Hand in Hand. It's in English, and what it does is it kind of brings together high school students. This is just at CHS, which is where I attended, bringing Hispanic students who are trying to learn English with English students trying to learn Spanish. And the idea is to kind of create a comfortable environment where you're kind of joined as buddies, and you just spend time once a week, maybe say for an hour and a half, and for that hour and a half, you're going to spend 45 minutes talking Spanish and 45 minutes talking English.
Notice with kids from Montessori is, even if they've chosen a very left brain path, that they still have some way where they have to bring in this right brain, this creativity into it. And the idea that because of some of the materials you used and the processes that you went through in learning in Montessori, that there was more of a crossover between the right and the left half of the brain, so that it would be more balanced individuals.
The hands-on exploration of the different subjects. It didn't keep you just reading about math and studying math on paper.
No, the holistic part of
Exactly.
it, where a cube is a cube, whether I'm looking at it in a square form or whether I'm going to take the bead chain and cube a number.
Yeah.
And create a cube.
Doing things that you care about, very well, and figuring out what it is that you care about, I guess, and then just going after it. And so that's one thing I've noticed from people that come into Montessori, and it's cool.
What I do every morning for 15 minutes in the Ginkgo, it became my routine. About halfway through the year, I'd go to my favorite thing was looking through the encyclopedias. Just flipping to a random page, learning something completely random. But then I found the periodic table of elements, and it became my best friend.
The other thing, because we personally went through the same challenge, from the time it was time that he could go into kindergarten around, should we send him to the neighborhood school now? And the defining factor for us was the joy that he had in going to Montessori. Is that both of us were very good students as children, but each of us could probably remember the drudgery that we had sometimes of being bored in school, and to be able to see him be so excited and so enthused to go to school every day, and to be able to say, with this kind of joy, you don't mess with him.